The child's bedroom was lit by the cool afternoon light. Toys were piled all over the floor. Dolls were scattered about, and crayons were left open on the drawing table. The atmosphere was like a child's inner turmoil. Taidy, why do you have to put things away now, Mom? I'm drawing right now. Mother, sweetheart, this anger is like a campfire. If you let it go, it'll catch up to you. Taidy pursed her lips, her heart burning like dry wood being ignited. She didn't understand everything her mother said, but the word fire made her feel like something was brewing inside, something smoldering and ready to catch fire at any moment. The sunlight was setting behind the window, and the shadows in the room were lengthening. The space around her was so quiet that she could hear the girls breathing. Taidy muttering to herself, "I don't understand. I just don't want to clean up." She sat hugging her knees against the window, the slight heat in her chest slowly expanding like tiny sparks beginning to dance. She hadn't realized that every time she felt upset, the flame would grow brighter, but it was too small to see, at least for now. The room was pitch black, with only moonlight reflecting off the wooden floor. Taidy lay curled up on the bed, a star-patterned blanket covering her chin. A shadow moved faintly at the foot of the bed. Taidy whispering, "Just now, what was that sound?" Just as she was about to fall asleep, a faint thud, thud, sounded like someone was walking. She slowly opened her eyes, her heart pounding. Fear and doubt sparked in her chest once more. This time, it felt like a tiny fire was responding. The pitch-black bedroom was pierced by a tiny orange light floating beside the bed, like a firefly, but brighter. The light made the shadows on the wall dance as if they were real. Taidy opened her eyes, confused and slightly frightened. She had never seen anything like it before. A little girl made of sparks stood confidently with her hands on her hips, her hair sparkling like a candle, ready to catch fire at any moment. Warmth radiated from her, but it was a warmth mixed with apprehension. "Huh? What? Hi, I'm Oona, from inside your heart." The light from Oona reflects off Taidy's star-patterned blanket, turning the patterns into a golden orange. The walls are as bright as a small fireplace. "Who are you? Why are you like that fire?" "Because you get angry often, that's why I'm more powerful. Every time you get upset or angry at someone, I grow, see?" Oona spins, sparks flying. "Is this coming from me?" Oona's words made Taidy's heart beat faster. She was shocked and couldn't believe that the little child made of fire was claiming it was coming from her own feelings. But deep down, she knew it wasn't a lie. Every time she got angry, her chest always felt warm, and tonight, that heat really took shape. The classroom was bright and colorful, with brightly colored drawing tables. Sunlight filtered through the windows, catching the colorful crayons arranged in rows. But Taidy's crayon lay broken in half on the floor. "You broke mine!" I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." Taidy's loud cry was like a signal, instantly igniting the fire within him. The anger in his chest was like a fireball thrown onto a pile of fuel. In a matter of seconds, Oona appeared in the center of the classroom, a large, adult-like figure standing and looking down at the children. Oona stood like a giant flame in the middle of the classroom. The orange light reflected off the walls and desks. Every shadow in the room trembled as if it were being smoked. Good. You know, a fire needs fuel to burn like this. She spread her arms proudly.
Taidy, stop! You're scaring everyone. Oona had grown so large that it almost touched the ceiling. Her warmth wasn't like a fireplace. It was like standing near an out-of-control fire. Her light turned the once bright classroom a dark orange, growing more dangerous by the second. The school bathroom was silent, only the dripping of water from the faucet. The red mark on Taidy's arm was clearly visible under the light. She hid behind the door, as if fleeing from an invisible danger. "Why should I be hurt?" Sob. "You started the fire yourself. Fire doesn't choose to burn things we're angry about." The red mark on her arm slowly spread as if it were burned. The pain made Taidy begin to realize that the fire of anger wasn't her best friend like it had been acting so sweet the night before. In truth, fire never sides with anyone. It only spreads as we let it. Afternoon in the art room, a long row of tables filled with paints and sketch pads. The teacher stands beside Taidy's desk, a disappointed expression on her face as her artwork remains unfinished. "Taidy, this piece isn't finished yet. I've told you many times it must be due today." You haven't finished yet." Embarrassment surges through her chest. She feels like all eyes are on her. Even though her friends aren't paying much attention, Taidy's heart rumbles like endless teasing. As soon as that feeling reaches its limit, a shiver rises like smoke rising from a stove. Oona's body rose until her head nearly hit the ceiling light. The intense orange light cast long shadows across the floor, as if the entire room was being engulfed in flames. "Who angered you, Taidy? Do you want me to take care of you?" "No, don't hurt me, teacher." Oona lowered her head until her face, made of sparks, practically touched Taidy's cheek. Every breath Oona took was so hot it shook the air. But suddenly, the flames that seemed to be heading towards the teacher turned back towards their owner, and immediately a small hole quietly burned through the hem of Taidy's shirt. The tiny flame on Taidy's shirt had died down, but the burns remained pitch black. Oona stopped moving and stared at her with an unusually calm gaze. Her light flickered faintly like a dying candle. "Stop! Why are you doing this?" "I'm just the fire you chose to light, because you're the one holding me. Who else could I burn if not you?" The words rang like a stone in the girl's heart, and she finally saw the truth. No matter who started the anger, it always came back to her. The fire that ignited in her heart always burned its owner first, slow but deeply painful. After school in the evening, a soft golden light filtered through the large branches. The lawn was quiet. Taidy sat hugging his knees under a tree, his face weary, his eyes red from crying. "Why does it have to hurt like this?" Oona, appearing smaller than before, the flames trembling. "Are you really going to put me out?" The girl's breathing was still heavy, the deep heat still beating beneath her skin. She didn't know who to hold on to, or why she should continue to be angry with. But as soon as she sat still under the shade of the tree, a gentle breeze comforted her cheeks. Oona herself seemed smaller, like the candles on a birthday cake about to go out. A gentle breeze blew through, causing their hair to gently sway. The leaves on the trees rustled softly. Oona stood before them, the fire visibly fading. Taidy closes eyes, takes a deep breath. "Mother used to say, a fire needs a cool breeze to calm itself." Oona softly, "A cool breeze? If it's from you, I'll let it blow." The girl's slow inhales and exhales were like a lullaby, slowly calming the flames. She began to understand that acceptance, letting go, and forgiveness weren't defeats. They were the cool breezes that kept the fires in her heart from burning and harming her. Oona's glow was fading, but it seemed warmer than ever.
After school in the playground, several children were running around, enjoying themselves. The evening sunlight cast soft shadows on the concrete floor. Taidy walked calmly, carrying a small bag even as her two friends laughed and teased her behind her. "You walk like a turtle." Taidy sighed softly. Just tired." Before, such a joke would easily make her explode, but now Taidy pauses to think, is it worth it? Who is this fire going to burn? She found that with just a deep breath, the embers that had been raging quieted down more easily than she had expected. Under a tree near the field, the girls stopped walking. A gentle breeze blew past. She noticed a small orange light rising up ahead. Oona appeared. It was so tiny it was the size of a small rock. Oona tilted her head. "Aren't you angry?" Taidy smirked. "No, it's tiring having to carry such a big girl around." Oona laughed softly. "Then I'll just stay small for you." The flames on Oona were soft and gentle, like light reflecting off glass. They weren't hot, stinging, and wouldn't hurt anyone. Anger wasn't always bad. It just needed to be controlled to the right degree, enough to warn, but not enough to burn anyone, including yourself.
The bedroom was warm at night. The table lamp gave off a soft yellow glow. Taidy sat hugging a pillow on the bed as the door opened, revealing light from the hallway outside. "Mom forgot to buy the ice cream I promised. Does it still hurt?" Disappointment quickly rose to her chest, but not as intensely as before. Oona appeared instinctively, the fire in her heart. However, this time she was just a small spark, floating still near her heart. It wasn't hot, it wasn't burning, like a candle flame, ready to catch a cool breeze at any moment. Taidy's mother sat beside the bed, her face reflecting the soft light from the lamp. The room felt warm and inviting, as if an invisible blanket had enveloped it. "Mom, are you still angry?" Taidy, "Yes, but I know it's hurting me." The girl's voice still trembled, but within it was something different. Clarity, self-understanding, and a steadily growing strength. She didn't deny her feelings, didn't push them away, but acknowledged them, without letting them control her anymore. Oona floated still between mother and child, her flame fading into a soft glow, like a harmless nightlight. "Mother, you're so clever, my child, to see the fire within you like that." Oona, smiling faintly, "I won't hurt you if you don't let me burn too hard." In that small room, the fire that was once an enemy became part of Taidy's growth. She began to understand that the fire within didn't need to be extinguished, but could be lit, like a small light that warmed her instead of burning anyone else. In the morning, Taidy's bedroom's soft sunlight streams through the window. Taidy wakes up, but sees no orange glow in the room. Instead, the room is filled with the calm warmth of natural light. Taidy mutters, "Is Oona gone?" Taidy feels a lightness in her chest. She walks to school leisurely, but her heart remains alert, as if she knows the fire in her heart hasn't gone away, only now it's calmed down. She's ready to take on the new day. In the schoolyard, two boys were arguing. Morning sunlight filtered through the grass. Taidy paused to watch. A tiny spark rose beside her, a tiny Oona floating, arms crossed. So what should I do today? What kind of fire should I light? Oona, smiling faintly, "I'm a part of you, but you can choose whether to burn me or let me be just a tiny light to remind you that you're still human." Even though the fire was still there, she knew it wasn't the enemy anymore. It was just a reminder to her to be careful and choose how to use her anger, or to let it be a light to remind her heart. Taidy looked up at the clear blue sky. The wind blew gently, the leaves rustled, and tiny sparks found peace beside her. Taidy smiling faintly, "I may get angry again, but I won't let the fire burn me like I used to." Oona didn't speak, but a tiny light floated, reminding her. Taidy began to understand that angering others was like setting herself on fire, but we could choose whether that fire would destroy us or become a guiding light for our hearts. The gentle wind whispered to her, asking, "So, today, what kind of fire will you light?"